Hello, all my friends. How's everyone doing? Well, this is vlog number 3, September 1st, 2017. It is a little late. It's Friday, and for me, it is 7 o'clock in the evening, but I'm getting here. Yeah, they're still trying to find caregivers for me to replace the one I fired. And apparently, the caregivers they have available don't want to come to work at 9 o'clock in the morning. And uh, I told them, I said, no, it's got to be that early so they can get off, because if I want to go somewhere, I have to take a bus. And if I have to take a bus, I can't wait until 3 or 4 o'clock to take a bus, because then I might as well just not go, because there's no time for me to go anywhere. So, yeah, today the caregiver who came, she couldn't even do the whole 4 hours for Friday that I'm supposed to have. She only did an hour and a half, which meant there's a lot of housework that didn't get done. I didn't get my legs treated. They're supposed to put lotion on my legs. I only got to go to the grocery store. I didn't get to go to Walmart. I didn't get to go to the bank. Although the reason I go to the bank is to get the money for my laundry, and I was able to do that at the grocery store. So that was one trip I didn't have to do. But I still need to go to Walmart. I need to buy the cat food for my girls. But anyway, uh, let's see what I've been doing. As I said, I've been working on trying to find a caregiver. I should say they've been working on trying to find a caregiver, and I've been working with people coming in. I have had 3 caregivers come in that I have told them I don't want them come. No, 3 come in, and 2 I've told them don't even send them back. I don't want them back, because they have this attitude that it's their way. Their way's the only way, and it's my way doesn't count, which is not the way it works. This is my home. We're going to do it my way. One of my biggest things that I've been trying to do is I've been trying to think of ways that I can organize my bedroom craft room. I think of it as my craft room, because the only thing that's in there is my bed, and everything else is my crafting. I've gone to Dollar Tree several times trying to find different containers that would work, and then I'm kind of like, well, no, that won't work, because that's either too shallow, or that won't work because it's not big enough, or something like that. So I'm trying to make notes, and I'm trying to do things to kind of think, how can I store this? How can I do this? So it's taking time. I can't even talk today. I did get one small container in my haul, and I want to try it out and see if it will work to hold all my little I don't know what kind of paint you call them. I use them a lot when they come out in little tubes. They're little fat tube type things. I bought them, went to work on felt and everything. And I know they're not stickles or anything, but they've always worked on felt, and they've worked on fabric and everything like that. So kind of like a fabric paint, but they come out like it's a string type thing. So I have to wait and see if I have to find all of it and see if they will fit. Hopefully they will. If not, gotta find something else. I've been trying to get all the supplies I need to do some of the Halloween projects I want to do. I got 7 books. I had 6, but I found this one, but it's big. And I'm like, oh, that would be such a neat spell book. So it's an old old kind of an old atlas geography type book. One lady, when I picked it up at the yard sale, I was telling the person I was with, I'm like, this would make a great spell book. And she goes, yeah. And so I only paid 50 cents for it. And I was, kind of, I stand, because that's all I bought at this yard sale was this book. And so I was sitting in this chair looking at, trying to think how to do it and all that. And she goes, oh, did you buy an atlas? And I said, kind of. I said, I'm going to turn this into a spell book for my Halloween decorations. And she goes, you're going to destroy a book to make some stupid Halloween decoration? Yes. The way she talked to me, just like, yeah, I am. She got all mad because anybody that destroys any books should go to hell, the way she talked. But I don't care. The book is old. It has some pages falling out. Um, you can barely tell the title. Uh, it looks like pages had already were missing. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to use it. No one's telling me I can't. So, but I got bottles and jars, and I even today when I went to the store, I even picked up some paper bags because I want to use them and some of the jars and bottles in the books, for covering and everything. I've been eating eggs um, whenever I think about it to save the shells because one of the books, in fact, I think the spell book, I'm going to cover in eggshells and make it look like dragon skin. Ooh. Okay, just thinking about it is kind of exciting. Uh, but I had to laugh because I was thinking about some of this stuff. Um, my what do you call it? My physical therapist came Wednesday, and he was looking at my legs, and he goes, Beverly, he says, you have got to do something about to get the swelling down in your legs. And I said, what more do you want me to do? I said, I'm taking my meds. I'm walking 3 times a day, a couple of laps at a time. I said, what more do you want me to do? And he says, are you elevating your feet 3 times a day? And I said, do you know how hard that is? He says, do you know what's going to happen if you don't get the swelling down? Okay, got to figure out something. The problem is, let me explain the problem. If I lay in my bed, flat on my back, with my feet up in the air, if I put pillows under my legs, I'm bored. I can't sew, I can't stitch, I can't read, because I'd be reading like that. I tried turning on a movie, but the movie is over here, the TV's over here, so I'm literally would have to turn this way to see the TV. And they want me to be like this anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. And so trying to watch a movie is very uncomfortable. I tried listening to books. I brought my computer into my bedroom, or my craft room, where my bed is. Let's put this way. I brought my computer to my bed and plugged it in and started a book I have on the computer. And as much as I wanted to listen to this book, I got bored because usually when I'm listening to a book, I'm stitching or painting, and I can't do either one. And for me, it just seems like a waste of time. So then Thursday, he says, I want you to do something for me. I said, okay. And he says, I want you to get on the floor. What? Get on the floor. Okay, so I got on the floor. I used my big overstuffed chair, slowly got down on the floor, and he says, okay, now, he says, I want you to get this container here. He says, fix it up so you can put your feet on it. Okay, so I did. What he wanted me to do was to lay on the floor with my feet up, but I could be at this one angle so I could watch my TV, which means I could watch an episode of a series. I could watch YouTube. I could watch Netflix, something on Netflix, anything like that, DVD, whatever. But at least I could see the TV. And I thought, well, I guess this ain't so bad. So he says, okay, now let's see you get up. That's the hard part. Even because I have my left toe, I just broke it last week, a week ago today. And my right foot has 2 toes that are broken, and they're still healing. So they're still a little bit painful anytime I try to really use them. But I was able to get it kind of awkwardly. I wouldn't want anyone around when I do it too much because it looks really weird. But I did it. So now I have to lay on the floor in the living room. I do put a blanket down. I fold up this blanket to give my back a little bit of padding, and I put a pillow under my head because even laying on the floor, my feet are still above my heart because of how high they are on the container. So this last time while I was doing it, I was writing notes upside down for something I was trying to think of. But at least they were up in the air. So we'll see how this works. I have to do it 3 times a day for at least 45 minutes at a time. Yeah, we'll see. And I still have to keep walking. And I still have to keep doing my exercises. And I have to do everything else, not just sit around. So we'll see how this works. I hope it works, because this getting up and down off the floor really hurts. So now for the future, what I need to do, and like I said, I need to keep doing that, laying on the floor with my feet up on the container to get my, the swelling. To give you an idea how swollen my legs are, think of a watermelon. Now make that watermelon about 2-3 times bigger around, about yay big. My right leg gets about that big. My left leg about that big. And it's like you see my feet who aren't swollen, and then it looks like somebody has taken a rubber band and wrapped it at the top of my foot, the bottom of my leg, and there's this look like a connection, and then this fat leg, and that's exactly how they look. And he says, you've got to get the swelling down. He says, or you're going to end up, well, to put it simply, if I don't get the swelling down, I'm going to end up having my legs amputated. So yeah, I'm going to be getting on my back on the floor quite often. So let's see. Yeah, one of the other things I've noticed is I need to learn to manage my time better. Like I said, if you think about it, I have to do 2 laps 3 times a day in the halls. I have to be on the floor on my back 3 times a day for 45 minutes. I have, let's see, what else is there? Oh, I have exercises I have to do twice a day, and they take me about 20 minutes. So I'm looking at 45 times 3, 20 times 2, another 20 times 3. Now, in all of that, I also have to make time to do my crafting and to read. I like to read, so do my crafting and read and other things that I want to do. And the only thing I can think of is literally make myself a schedule. It is the only thing I can think of right now, because if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to lose my legs. If I do it, but I don't do it when I'm supposed to, I may not lose my legs, but I'm not getting anything done in my crafting. I still need to get my room organized. I still need to be able to do other things. I mean, I'm taking my showers. I like taking my showers at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But there is times where I really, really don't want to. But I know that if I don't, I won't have time to do it during the day. And in all this, I still have a caregiver that comes when they do to get some work done. And I don't really want to be on my back when they're here. So, like I said, I really have to learn to manage my time, and it's hard. So if anybody has any ideas, I'm open to suggestions. Like I said, my biggest problem, I think what my biggest gripe is, I'm on my back and I can't do anything. I can't stitch, I can't paint, I can't read, I can't be on the computer, I can't listen to any books. Granted, I can watch TV, but I always feel like I'm wasting time if all I'm doing is watching TV, because I like to be able to keep doing other things. Even when I'm watching TV, I'm sitting there making lists of what I need and making, this is what you need to do, then this is the next step, so that I can kind of go through it, and do it for the videos. I mean, I still have to finish my quarter container. I never did get to finish this week. With everything going on and all, and all that, I never got to do all that I wanted to do. Let's see. Like I said, I need to sort my stuff and organize it. I had one person tell me, why don't you take everything off the shelves and put it in their own little piles? See how big those piles are. And it's like, it works to a point. I started doing that, but I can't do it by myself. I just don't have the energy back and forth. I think the first thing I need to is get that table cleared off so that I can get rid of this table and go back into my craft room and work in there. I liked it better in there. I did take all the Halloween wooden stuff and got it off into one pile. Kind of made a pile of what I absolutely want to get done before this Halloween, and then another pile that I would like to get done before this Halloween, and then the third pile is if I don't get it done before this Halloween, I'll do it by next year. So I hope to get the 2 piles done at least. The other thing is I saw this thing on YouTube. Oh, got another project. I can just, oh yeah. Just idiot. I found a project that I remember started working on. I found the box that had the books that I was using. And what it is these paper pumpkins. You take a book and you draw a pumpkin, half a pumpkin on a page, and then you cut all the paper away. Then you have to kind of sand it a little bit and everything. And then you take the book and you take the cover off, whether it's hardback or softback, but you take it and you curl it around like a pencil or a dowel, and you glue it shut. And then the whole thing just kind of like fans out into a shape of a pumpkin. I have 3 books that are like large, medium, small to do a stack of pumpkins. And then I had some other books, different sizes, for just, pumpkins around. So they all have the pumpkins drawn. I mean, I've made all the drawings and cut out, so I have the patterns in there and everything. It's a matter of sitting down with an X-Acto knife and cutting them out, throwing away the trash, and using my Dremel to smooth it out, and the sandpaper, and all that other stuff, and then gluing it, and then giving it a little, before you do that, you have to, if you want to, you have to give it like a what do you call, shading with either chalk or paint or inks or whatever. It's a bit of a process, but I think they're going to come out looking so cute. I don't know if I want to do it for Halloween or Thanksgiving. Halloween, I can do like the stacked pumpkins. I can't do the faces, but I can make them look, do them in shades of like, black and purple and dark orange, kind of dark looking. But I don't know if I can put faces on them. I'll see. I know that I also found the paper that I had put in the same box to make rosette pumpkin. And I thought if I have time, I'm going to try and make that. I think that would be cute too. But again, it's more towards Thanksgiving than it is Halloween. But let's see. I have 3 sets of ghosts that have to be painted, and I want to get them done. I think they would look so, I mean, I have 4 to put up on top of my air conditioner, 3 that are, there goes with like derby hats. I want to put those on the shelf in front of the TV. And then the other 3 goes that look like they're wearing flower pots. I think I may put those in either on the kitchen counter or, somewhere. I mean, they'll have a place. So, and then I have a whole, things. One of the things I have to keep looking for is white thumbtacks. Did not realize how, I mean, I find in push pins, but I want thumbtacks because what I want to do is the things that I want to hang from the ceiling, I want to take fishing line, make a little hole, and then use a thumbtack to put it up in my ceiling so you don't see it up there. You don't see the thumbtack, you just see the thing hanging. And it is getting really hard to find anything like that. It's like I said, all I find is push pins, and their things are so short, I don't think they'll work up in the ceiling. Yeah, and the other thing this week is, it's my pet peeve also. I'm changing doctors. After what happened this week, I finally had it with the doctor I'm going to. I like him. I really do. I like his PAC. I like her. The problem is, I had an appointment on the 28th for some results of blood tests that I should have seen him right away, but they give me an appointment 2.5 months away. Okay, and then on the 21st, they canceled the appointment. And I'm like, and I said, okay, so when can I reschedule the appointment? Let's see, you can come in and see him in October, and I forget what the date was in October. It was close to the end of October. And I'm like, wait a minute. You call me the beginning of June and give me an appointment that he needs to see me right away, the 28th of August. Now you cancel the appointment, and he still needs to see me about my blood test, but you don't give me an appointment until October, late October. And she goes, well, we don't have any other openings. And I'm just like, yeah, right. I said, you know what? Don't make an appointment. I'll think about it. So my daughter gave me a number. So come Monday, no, not Monday, come Tuesday. Monday's a holiday. Come Tuesday, I am going to call this other number, and I'm going to tell them I'm requesting to see this female doctor, and can I get an appointment ASAP because I'm on disability and I have this and this wrong, and I need to get started seeing a doctor again and see what happens. If I have something wrong, I want to be able to go into the doctor within a week, if not sooner. To give you another example, yesterday I get a phone call at 6:45, and it's my daughter, my youngest daughter. Mom, I have a problem. What's wrong? Morgan woke up and she's got pink eye. What do you mean she's got pink eye? And she goes, yeah, she's got pink eye. She woke up and her whole right eye is just sealed shut. She said it took quite a bit to get the gunk out of her eye. And I'm like, and it's pink eye? And she goes, oh yeah. She says, it's pink eye. And I'm like, okay, so what's wrong? I mean, what do you need me? What are you calling for? I mean, granted, I appreciate you calling me and let me know what's happening, but what's going on? And she goes, I still have to go to work today, Mom. She goes, I've already called and told them I'm not going to be able to come in at 9. That I wouldn't be able to be there until after 10 o'clock. But the problem is, I need someone to watch Morgan. And Ruth can't watch Morgan because she's working at the school. And Kurt can't watch Morgan because he's too busy today. Ruth and Kurt are her other grandparents. And Ruth works in the cafeteria of the high school. And Kurt got fired from his last job. Hasn't found, and the job that he has, he only works Friday, Saturday, Sundays, and Mondays, whether it's holidays or not. He works those 4 days. I don't know what he does, whatever it is. So being this Thursday, he was too busy to watch his granddaughter. So she says, can you watch her? And I go, Raina, don't ever think that I said, I appreciate being asked, but don't ever think that I won't watch them. Unless I have a doctor's appointment I can't get out of, I will watch those girls in a heartbeat. Okay. She says, as soon as we're done, uh, with the doctor, she says, I'll bring her down. I said, what doctor are you going to? She goes, I have to take her to urgent care. She says, they won't let us in to go see her doctor. They said that, they said, we can give you an appointment. And she goes, Mom, the appointment she wanted to give me was in November. She has pink eye. This is August 31st, and they're giving you an appointment the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Yeah, okay, no. And I said, are you going to have them change? And she goes, yeah. She says, we've already found it. We found a better doctor, but we can't take her today. And I said, but you can go to urgent care. And she goes, yeah. She goes, I just hope we don't get another lecture again about what the lungs look like or what the eyeball looks like. My son-in-law was sick. He couldn't go see the doctor because they didn't have an appointment to see. They went to urgent care, and they got charged $390. And all this doctor did was give them a lecture on what the lungs look like, some kind of upside down tree. No antibiotics, no medicines, and they were about ready to strangle because for 300, excuse me, what did you do for $390? Oh, excuse me, I forgot. They gave him 3 tissues, so each one must have been about $100 a piece. He ended up going to a different kind of clinic, and they said that he probably just had a really bad cold. And they said there really isn't any medicine we can give you that, except, maybe this or that, But at least they explained why they couldn't, what there really wasn't any medicine they could give him instead of giving him a lecture. And that one only cost $110. They did give him a prescription for his coughing to help suppress the cough or to help break up the mucus. They did do that, and they gave him some nose spray to help clear up his nose because he still had to work. It's like he said, I have to go to work. So at least they did that. But yeah, no, some of these doctors and nurses are ridiculous. I mean, like I said, my doctor normally just wants to see me once every 6 months. But when I have something wrong with my blood test and I have to wait 3 months to see a doctor, there's something wrong with this picture. I have several people, when I was telling them what was happening, one lady told me that her husband was seeing this one doctor. Her husband is borderline diabetic. He has a heart problem, and he has I forget what the other medical condition is problem. And the doctor says we need to keep an eye on this. And so the doctor tells, he goes in, he says, okay, well, we need to keep an eye on this. He says, you need to make an appointment to see me within the next couple of weeks, or next month. He says, we're going to do more tests and everything. So he goes down to make the scheduling, and they said, well, we can't give you a month. They said, the best we can do is 7 weeks from now. He said a month. She goes, well, we don't have room for you in a month. And he's like, fine, give me the appointment. A week before his appointment, they called and told him they have to reschedule. Why? Well, he's not going to be available for you. You're not going to be. He's overbooked, and you're one of the few appointments that he doesn't absolutely need. He says no. He wanted to see me within a month. It's going to be a month, 7 weeks. And now you're telling me I'm somebody that doesn't have to see him? She goes, well, apparently, according to the chart, it's not necessary. When am I going to get to see the doctor? And she says, we can give you an appointment on such date, which was 5 weeks from that day. And other people have told me the same kind of horror stories. What is this with doctors? If you are so overbooked that patients can't see you, then something's got to get done. Something has to get. How many patients are you seeing just to get the money? How many patients are coming in there for a checkup just for you to get the money from their insurance? That's what bothers me. If you got to pay, I mean, if I was going in for my regular 6 month and they said, Miss Smith, we apologize, but can we reschedule your appointment for in a few weeks? That wouldn't bother me. As long as I have my prescriptions, I can deal with that. But when I'm being told I need to see the doctor because of something wrong, and then they're telling, oh, well, I don't know what's wrong, but we're going to give you an appointment at 14 weeks from now. That tells me that someone is doing something weird and wrong. So, yeah, no. So Raina and Jason, the doctor they're going to now, they really like her. The thing is, so for Jason, when he went to all he wanted was a referral to go see a podiatrist because of his what do they call it, hammer toe. He needs to have surgery, and so he just wanted to get a referral for a podiatrist. That's it. And even then, it's like they said, well, go see urgent care. Why should I go see urgent care? They're not going to give me a referral, which they don't. And they cost 3 times more than it would to go see the doctor. I think that's what they're doing. I think a lot of times they're saying go to urgent care because they get more money for people going to urgent care than they do to go see the doctor. But yeah, no, I think our healthcare system doctors, the insurance, okay, I know a lot of people out there, they think the Affordable Care Act is horrible, but I know of people who did not have insurance before and now they do. I know of people that they were worried about their kids, and now their kids, at least until they're 25, have insurance unless jackass screws that up. I am so glad that the thing didn't pass, because if they're going to replace it, which I understand they want to replace it, but you better darn well replace it with something as good or better, and it's not going to cost the American public a fortune that most of us can't afford, and only Trump can afford because he's a billionaire. So yeah, no, doctors are not, I think some of these doctors are not thinking, or if the doctors, it's the offices who are after the almighty dollar. I'm tired of doctors. I really am. If I could get away without taking half my medications or my medications, I would. I'm on one medication called Lasix because it's supposed to help get the fluid out of my legs. Well, it's not working. All I'm doing is I'm going to the bathroom more than you can imagine. I have another pill I'm taking for my bladder, and it doesn't seem to be working. I'm still, if I go off my diet, I'm back to square one almost. So that pill ain't doing any good. I'm taking another pill for my blood disorder, but I'm still tired and I'll get out all the time. So if it's doing any good, I don't see it. There's one pill they had me taking because according to them, my cholesterol, my blood pressure was high. My blood pressure was high one time. I have gone into that place. Every time I've gone to the doctor, my blood pressure is always low. The highest it's ever been, except for that one time, was the highest it's ever been, except for that one time, was 105/65. That's the highest it's ever been. This one time, I was in a bad mood. I was in a pissed off mood because of a resident here who just would not shut up with her freaking stories, and who just would not leave me alone, who would not stop aggravating me about the doctor I go to or where I was going. I mean, for the for the time I was down there waiting for my ride, she just went on, and I just kept, but I want to go. I like my doctor, didn't matter. And then, well, so and so did this, and so did that, and I worked for this person, and it aggravated, and I know I shouldn't let it, but it did. And when I went in, my blood pressure was 190 over 110. And I said, give me a few minutes to calm down. So I put my headphones on. I had uh, some music to listen to. Put my headphones on while I was waiting for the doctor, and I was sitting there rocking to the music. They came in and took my blood pressure again, and that time it was 160 over 90. So it was coming down. Granted, it was probably taking a little time because I was trying to get her out of my head, but still. So I don't have high blood. Every time I have somebody that comes here twice a week and somebody else that comes once a week, every time they take my blood pressure, the top number has never been over 115. Never. And so I don't have high blood pressure. Now, something else I wanted to talk to him. I want it off the meds. I want it off certain meds. I don't think they're doing me any good. Oh, no, I haven't been able to see him yet. My regular appointment is in December, and I'm not waiting. So that's all there is to it. I'm going to change doctors. So, like I said, I'm still looking for caregivers. I had one caregiver come in. Let's see, today's Friday. She came in Wednesday. And it was a young girl. She came in for a couple of days. And I had to laugh. She came in, and she was good, but she's slow. She's very slow. And the thing is, she didn't want to be a caregiver. She was a CNA. She was a certified nurse's assistant. And she was trying to get on with an agency to be a CNA. And so, but she had to find a job in the meantime until she could find a job that she really wanted to do. And she said it was funny. She applied for this one company, and then she applied for this company. They said, okay, can you come in on such date for orientation? Yeah. So she went in, had orientation, and she's been working for about 2 or 3 months for them. We're doing a lot of fill-ins mainly. They haven't really found a place for her. And she told them that as soon as she can find a CNA job, she was going to go for it. They totally understand. In the meantime, they're using her for fill-ins. So she came in on Tuesday and Wednesday. Like I said, she's good. She did exactly the way I wanted, but she's slow. I get caregivers Monday through Thursday normally for 2.5 hours. I would say, okay, you need to go clean the bathroom. And she's still standing there kind of like talking or waiting for me to get up and go with her to the bathroom or something. I don't know. Monday, I call her the caregiver from hell, which she was. She was another Shirley. I told her, you need to make my bed. I said, you need to clean the toilet. And I said, and when you're done with the toilet, let me know, because I need to go in there and clean the cat litter. Then after I do the cat litter, you need to sweep and mop the floor. And so when I went in, and I go in so I can show her how I want my bed, she goes, you don't need to come in here. And I said, I'm OCD when it comes to my bed. I will tell you how to do it as you do it so that it gets made the way I want it. I've been making beds for 20 years. I think I can make your bed. And I said, I don't sleep in a normal bed. Take a look at my blankets and everything. So she's looking, and she goes, what do you have all those on your bed for? I sleep under them. I sleep under 21 layers of blankets and quilts. I freeze in the middle of summer. It's 101 and I am cold. Some people don't understand that. So now she's upset because I have all these blankets. Then she gets upset because she can't get to the foot of my bed. She can't move my bed out because it's on stilts. She just said, "Why do you make it difficult for us to take care of you the way you want for us to do what we have to do?" And I said, "Because you have to do it the way I want it done, not the way you want it done." So the first hour she's here, I'm trying to tell her how to make my bed, and she's arguing with me about how to make my bed. So after she finally got my bed made and made it the way, it took her forever. Then I said, "Okay, over there are all my stuffed animals and my dolls and the extra pillows." I said, "I need you to hand me the pillows and then the doll." And she goes, "How old are you?" And I said, "I'm 61 years old." And she goes, "And you still have stuffed animals and dolls?" You know what? I said, "Just give me my pillows and my dolls, so I can put them on my bed." And she acted like she was disgusted to touch them. So after she finally got done making my bed, I walked into my bathroom and I'm looking around, and my bathroom, my toilet ain't that dirty. I didn't, I cleaned it Sunday to the best I could. And I thought, and I turned around, I said, "You know what? You can go home." I said, "I don't need you to do any more." And she says, "I'm told I'm supposed to work until 11:30. And I said, "Yeah, well, you don't seem to want to work the way I want things done." And I said, "And here it's already been an hour, and it took you an hour to do something that should only take you about 15 minutes. I said, "In my best days, I could make my whole bed and put the animals and dolls on in 15 minutes, and my bed would be made exactly the way I wanted it." I said, "I can't put up with this aggravation." I said, "I'm not going to have my blood pressure go up because you can't do the things the way I want." And she says, "Well, I'll clean the way you want me to." I said, "Okay." I said, "In the basket in there is rag. You need a rag and get the purple spick and span." And she looks in there and she starts to go to the sink. And I said, "No, the sink does not need to be cleaned. The mirror does not need to be cleaned. The shower doesn't need to be cleaned. All that needs to be cleaned in here is the toilet. Wet the rag with hot water, put a couple of squirts on the spick and span on the rag, and just wipe the toilet seat, the top side and underside." I said, "That's all you need to do." I said, "The toilet's clean other than that." "Oh, no, no, no." She says, "The whole the whole bathroom needs to be clean." "Why do you think the bathroom needs to be clean?" And she goes, "Well, when was the last time somebody cleaned the bathroom?" I said, "The toilet or the whole bathroom?" She said, "The whole bathroom, of course." And I said, let's see. The shower gets cleaned every time I take a shower." I said, "The sink got cleaned last Friday." I said, or Thursday. No, the sink got cleaned Thursday. So I said, "Yeah, so Thursday is the last day that the sink got cleaned." "Oh, no, your bathroom then is disgusting." "Lady, leave." And I had it. "Lady, leave. Go, go." And she starts, and I called up I was calling, she's still, and I said, "I want his lady gone. If she doesn't leave in 5 minutes, I'm killing her." "Okay, Miss Smith, I'm sorry, So they called her on her phone. She wasn't going to answer because it's during working hours. And I said, "You better answer the phone because it's your company." And she answered the phone, and she's like, "I'm supposed to be here till 11:30. And they said, "Well, apparently you're not doing what she wants. And it's her house. You're supposed to do it her way, and you haven't, and you're arguing with her. So you need to go." So she was all upset because I only gave her the hour. That's all I was signed the paper for. I crossed it out and I put 9 to 10. She goes, "No, she says it's 9:20." And I said, "No, you haven't worked the last 20 minutes. You have been arguing with me for the last 20 minutes. I said, all I'm giving you is an hour. And if you want, I've not signed. If you put anything else other than 9 to 10, I said, I'm not signing it." And I said, "You know what? I'm not signing it anyway." I said, "You take your paper back to the company and I will tell, and they can bring it to me because I'll tell them it's only 9 to 10 and I'm not signing it unless I know for sure that's where it stays." So she got all upset. So like I said, Tuesday and Wednesday, this one young girl came in who wants to be a CNA. And like I said, she was slow, but she was good. And God, I wish I could keep her when it comes to cutting my vegetables, because when I told her I needed my vegetable cut up, she knew exactly what knives to use. She diced up everything all nice and neat and just perfect. And I'm just like, why can't I have more? Why can't I have her? I thought, well, okay, let me have her to cut the vegetables and then send somebody else to do everything else. But yeah, no, she didn't want to be a nurse. She didn't want to be a caregiver. She wanted to be a nurse's assistant. So, but and the one I've had, the one that came today. She may be my caregiver on Tuesdays and Wednesdays or Tuesday and Thursdays. And I'm finding out I'm going to have to teach her how to cut. She knows what knives to use. She just doesn't have the skill, and I figure I can teach her on that. So I really don't have any new projects that I'm starting except for what I told what I found for Halloween stuff and everything. I've got to get what I've got planned already done. Here it is, September 1st. If I would get on the ball and make a schedule on what I need to do, I think I could get a lot done by the 15th. So like I said, this is the 1st. Let's see how much I get done by next Friday. So we'll see. What I'd like to do by next Friday, I like to have at least 3 of the books cut out, the pages cut out. I'd like to have the beginnings of at least all the jars painted and start putting the tissue, Mod Podge the tissue on. And the books, I'd like to at least have 1 or 2 of them start doing on them. So we'll see. And there's and some of the wooden things get them painted, and maybe even get a couple of those ghosts painted. We'll see. So, please hit subscribe and the like button and share and all that other stuff everybody says that you should do and everything. Be good to everybody else, though. Don't, like I said, don't let people get under your skin. We're all good people. We are all good people. So, you guys all have a great day. Keep on crafting. If you're trying to lose your weight, don't give up. You can do it. I know you can. I'm doing it. Something I forgot to tell you, I've lost 2 pounds this week. I'm a happy camper. So you'll get the weight off just like I'm doing. It takes time. And if you do it slowly, it stays off longer. So see everybody later. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.